Boy, isn't this the most subtle thing that I could do for talking about today's movie? Or hell, one's not enough for you? Well, why not two? I think it's very clear that I only have one question in mind. Is it just me? Or is things starting to get crazy around here? Yeah, I guess you can kind of see where I'm getting at by this point. So yeah. Hey guys, it's Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys. And yeah, I know I've been very busy over the course of this month. In fact, believe it or not, I guess you could pretty much tell by what you just saw in partly right behind me. I did manage to get my Volume 4 Ruby cosplay out, just so that I'll have it ready for Retro Game Con coming up later on. So, but that's beside the point. So yeah, I guess if you couldn't tell by of course the Joker cards that I got at a couple cons I've been to earlier this year. I think it's pretty obvious on what exactly I'm going to be talking about now. Now, believe it or not, just right around earlier today, I guess seeing of how I did incredibly well on seeing two movies back to back earlier this year, with of course Missing Link and Tim Burton's Dumbo, I actually thought I would do it again, and check this out, I actually do have the movie tickets right here, yeah. So yeah, just right around today, I actually decided to actually go see not one, but two movies back to back. And yes, you can clearly tell with proof this time that I actually bought two movie tickets for these two movies, each with different show times. And yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious on what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, and yeah, if you couldn't tell by the Joker cards that I pulled out to you, I guess it's pretty obvious that the first movie I'm going to be talking about for all of you guys is, of course, Joker. Yeah, sorry if I took way too long to actually finally get to this one. Like I said, I've been kind of busy with other stuff at this point, but nevertheless, I did manage to go see Joker at last right around today, and yeah, oddly enough, this is the one that I've heard a lot of good things about from what I'm seeing, and yeah, not to mention a few of my friends that I know of actually told me that the movie itself is actually pretty good. So yeah, I guess it makes sense if I finally jump on board the bandwagon and actually talk about this movie for once. So yeah. I guess it's pretty obvious that I think when you think of the Joker, I think you would immediately think of, well, pretty much the villain Joker, who is basically known as one of the greatest Batman villains of all time. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what it is pretty much just a movie about one of Batman's greatest villains, the Joker. So yeah, but not just any old Joker story. I think this is basically an origin story on where he came from, and yeah, you can pretty much see where it all goes from there. So yeah, it's pretty much in a nutshell. Oh man, that felt good. So yeah, oddly enough, I did finally go see it right around today, and I guess since after I saw it for myself, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. What do I think of this movie in particular? Well, believe it or not, I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you couldn't tell right about now, you know for sure that I actually like this movie hands down. So yeah, oddly enough, this is I think pretty much not one of the best movies I've seen this year, but I still think it's actually a pretty good one. So yeah, I think pretty much story-wise, like I said, this is basically an origin story on how the Joker became, well, the Joker. And I think I will say, I think it's actually a really clever idea, and I think I really love on how well executed the story. I think pretty much both on paper and in execution, this movie actually did do a fine job in actually capturing the origin of, you know, how the Joker became the Joker, and I think this movie actually did it incredibly well. I think it's actually, I think it got some really good ideas, hands down, and yeah, I think it's pretty much what I would expect for a Joker movie in a nutshell, and not to mention the characters, I have to say, I think they're actually pretty great fits for this movie. Like, I think pretty much every single time I see them, I actually view them as incredibly interesting. I view them as very complex, and I find them very engaging, and yeah, I guess, if anything, I think whether it be from Arthur Fleck's, aka the Joker's Driven into Madness, to, of course, Murray Frank's nature, to, of course, pretty much bashed out Arthur Fleck for who he's trying to be, and even the rest of the characters, I have to say, they did an incredible job, hands down. I think it's actually really, really well done, and not to mention the acting, I have to say, it's actually pretty good, and I guess it's pretty obvious enough, seeing of how the Joker in this movie is played by Joaquin Phoenix. I think Phoenix himself, I think he did an impressive job in capturing the look and the feel of you know, the Joker himself, and yeah, I think I really love his drive towards madness, and I think I really love on how well he actually captured the character, and not to mention Murray Frank, who is, of course, played by Robert De Niro. I think he did do an impressive job with this role, and I think it's actually really spot on, and yeah, like I said, the rest of the acting, I have to say, is actually pretty good, so yeah, and not only that, I think I really love the idea that of course, the main idea of pretty much the Joker being a sinister and diabolical villain, and of course menacing for the most part, like trying to be incredibly creepy while at the same time be incredibly funny. I think pretty much I think I really love how this movie can really get into your psyche to actually make you feel very, very uncomfortable, and actually try to scare you for once, and not only that, the tone and the atmosphere, I have to say, is actually really well done in this movie. Like, I really love on how in some areas, or basically in some scenes in this movie, I think I really love on how dark and atmospheric it all looks, both metaphorically and of course physically as well. So yeah, I think I really love on how psychological this movie actually turned out to be. Like, I know I'm not very much into psychological stuff, but still, not to worry. I am working my way through it. I am starting to get into it right about now. So yeah, like I said, I think I pretty much love on how psychological this movie is, and I really love the tone and the atmosphere for what this movie gives us. And not only that, I think I really love the direction on this movie, as of course this film was, of course, directed by Todd Phillips. I say the direction this movie is gone towards, I have to say, is actually incredibly well done. I really love on how well it actually turns out, and not only that, it's even brought up with some really great cinematography and some nice, crisp and clean editing from what I've seen, and yeah, I guess if anything, I think I really love on how well it actually turns out, whether it be from some complex shots with, of course, the characters sitting in a room talking and stuff, and of course plenty of other stuff, to of course capturing the amount of violence on screen with, of course, the rioting and stuff. To which, if you have seen the trailers, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about from what I'm seeing. So yeah. Ah, man. That actually do feel good, so I guess in the end, those are actually some of the aspects that I actually really like in this movie. But probably my one major complaint that I have with this movie is that, oddly enough, I just kind of felt that some scenes might have dragged on for too long. Like I didn't really expect on what it's trying to go for. Like maybe you could have had some parts of it cut out, and it wouldn't make a difference whatsoever. But yeah, I think it's pretty much my one major complaint I had with this movie. But the rest I have to say is actually pretty good. So yeah, it seems kind of a big short from what I'm for what I have to say. But hey, I guess it wouldn't hurt to get that off my back. But yeah, I guess in the end, I thought Joker was actually a pretty good movie, and I think it's actually worth checking out in the end. So yeah, I think pretty much the main idea of giving the Joker an origin story on how he became one of the greatest Batman villains of all time, I have to say is actually incredibly well done, and I think it's actually worthy enough to actually give like a few Oscars for. And yeah, I think I know this movie did spark a bit of controversy, and not to mention pretty much from what I could gather, the movie theater over in Aurora, Colorado decided not to show it, especially with what happened several years ago during a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises. But hey, I guess if anything, I'm one of those people who actually doesn't want to recreate any sorts of violence in any sort of movie that contains violence in a nutshell. But I guess it's pretty much what I had to say right about now. But yeah, like I said, I thought Joker is actually a pretty good movie, hands down. I think it's actually worth checking out. I think it's got some really great ideas going. I really love Joaquin Phoenix in the title role, as I know. As I clearly know, there are several incarnations of the Joker that right on out there, and I think it's safe to say that Joker is that, of course, Joaquin Phoenix is now one of those people that, of course, took on the Joker himself. So yeah, and I guess in the end, I really love yeah, not only that, but I also really love on how psychological that this movie is, and I think I really love the tone and the atmosphere from what I'm seeing. So yeah, I guess in the end, I think it's actually worth checking out in the end. Like I said, it's not the best movie in my opinion, but I think it's actually well worth checking out in the end. So I guess if it's something up your alley, then of course, well, send in the clowns to see this movie for yourself. So yeah, I guess if anything, for my final score right about now, I am going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 for me. So oh, excuse me, I must have choked on something for a second, but I'll be fine. But yeah, like I said, not the best movie in my opinion, but I think it's actually well worth checking out in the end. So yeah, if it's something up your alley, then this movie is for you. So yeah, that's literally about it. That's all I've got to say for Joker right about now. I guess it actually does feel good that I finally got that out of the way, as I wish I would have seen it earlier, but hey, I figure now is the right time for me to talk about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section below on what you thought of Joker, if you have actually seen it, as well as leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, feel free to send me an email if you want to book me for a con or event, or just have any questions for me in particular. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many others if you want to keep up to date with me. And of course, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this. So yeah, that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this thoughts video, and I'm really excited to see on what exactly I'll be talking about next. And yeah, I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Well, you actually saw two movies back to back on the same day. So what is the second movie that I'm gonna be talking about? Well, I guess if anything, I think the the second movie that I'm going to be talking about for next time, it's actually really special because, if anything, I think to pull off this everlasting, really impressive quote, I think it's time to nug up or shug up. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you at that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.